Welcome to...
I salivated all over my microphone.
Oh, boy.
You want to do the intro?
Yes, I do.
Don't do that. I'm going to die in this podcast.
You're going to die. That's also why I invited you to do a podcast with me.
We're all going to die.
No, it's my plan to, again, to take over everything that you possess and your identity.
Identity.
Can you tell I am pronouncing my words properly?
You've become very English.
What do you mean?
Hey.
And on that note...
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my God. Introducing this podcast is really hard, man. It's really difficult.
We'll have to find a way if we just keep this mess, or do we just always start with like, hi, welcome. Because this mess is funny as well.
Debatable.
Debatable. Some messes are funny.
Yeah. Some messes are
okay,
good.
Introduce the podcast. Go.
Oh, hey, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Welcome to One Corner Missing, a podcast about a corner that is missing. I'm Deem.
Working title.
I'm Deem, which is apparently a working title.
Deem.
I'm Deemer.
My name is Sov.
And today we're going to talk about something.
I mean, my nickname is Sov. I'm gonna still circle back every single time why we're not using our real names.
That's fine. This is not gonna get old at all.
Oh no, we're never gonna address it. Everybody's gonna be, what the fuck?
Why do they keep talking about their names? No one cares.
Yeah, what the hell? The one person that's watching this podcast. Today's
subject of today's episode is very important to me, in that I don't know what it is.
Modeling?
Are we talking about modeling today?
I don't know. I was gonna.
Is this because I'm doing modeling later today? Hilariously,
yes.
Funnily.
Wait, let's start this a little bit.
You want to start over? Hi, welcome to.
No, but we were taking a break because we usually try to film 2 episodes in one sitting. Hence why I'm still wearing the same clothes from previous episode.
Yeah, we should do like an outfit change next time. A full new look.
Yes, full drag. I'm here for it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
We can talk about it.
Necessity is coming, whether you like it or not.
I would love for you to be in full drag on one episode.
Same.
And I would just be
normal.
The same old potato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
I don't have a drag persona. I'm not creative enough.
We'll find you one.
We'll find me one. Yeah.
I mean, the one that I suggested, Lick Him in Judge. I think I would be comfortable giving that one to you.
It's very powerful, that one. It's a very powerful name that you've come up with.
Somehow I'm very good at picking out drag names.
Not bad. So
modeling.
You were saying, outfit changes, 2 episodes in a row.
We had a small break, and I haven't asked you about why you were modeling, and I was like, in between episodes, should I ask you now, or do you want to talk about it on the
last week
podcast?
It was last week. I think you were here briefly, and I was like, next week we'll do the podcast. But in the afternoon, I gotta go model for a photo shoot. Lol. I was like, don't ask, and now you're asking.
Yes.
It's
if you want to talk about it.
It's super simple. Basically, there's a bit of a backstory in the sense that there's a bit of a backstory in the sense that
and you were fiddling with the microphone cord.
Well, with the cable, but not with the hand. Which I think this is where we're still worried about our noise issues.
Sorry for interrupting. But,
totally fine. So the backstory is that when I was a young lad, so young, so very young, so young, like 20, I want to say like 2014, 2015.
Okay.
Like almost 10 years ago. Goddamn.
That is a long time.
I had really long hair, and I was a skinny legend.
The twinkiest of twinks.
Yeah, and I was walking in the street, and a fashion student.
Really?
She was looking for a very specific type of model for her end of year show. Oh, okay. She wanted all the guys to kind of look the same. Mm-hmm. So she was looking specifically for like tall guys with long hair.
Okay.
Right?
And she scouted you.
And she fully was like, just like talk to me in the streets. And I was like, this is weird, but sure, why
Okay.
not? Like, sometimes you just have to say yes to things that make you uncomfortable.
I mean, every person's dream is just be like discovered
I was
randomly.
scouted, yeah. I really wasn't because it was just that, but but it was actually a lot of fun. Also, the people that she picked to model were all really chill people. They were all
Okay,
really nice.
But like modeling as in a photo shoot or
There was a photo taken, but you also had to like fully walk down like the catwalk
Okay,
at the fashion show.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was wild.
I didn't know you were I was
I
doing
also
a
don't-
podcast with a model.
Well, I mean that happened one time, and I also feel weird talking about it because
Okay.
it feels kind of weird to me. But it was fun. It was objectively fun, and I'm really glad I did it.
Can I get your signature?
Yeah, you can. Just let me know which boob you want me to sign, and I'll sign it happily.
My left nipple, please.
You're left on the nipple.
I have a
It
very
depends on
large,
the size. Yeah.
large areolas.
Anyway, and so she works at a clothing shop now. At the moment, she works at a clothing shop in the city that I went to get like a like pants and a like jacket for my sister's wedding.
Okay.
And she's really cool. And then so we did that, and she contacted me a while ago because they do photo shoots for that shop for certain labels that they sell
cool.
there. And they really like to just use like regular people, like and that's really cool, I think. And she asked me, and I was like, I don't know, but I was like, fuck it, just do
Good.
it. Doesn't matter.
Do things out of your
Yeah,
comfort zone.
exactly. And so that's what I'm doing today, and it's really fun because it's going to be me, and it's going to be a delivery guy. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So
That's actually good.
she said, yeah, he's like completely like he's got like a bunch of muscles. He's like a completely different type, and I was like, awesome. That's exactly what I want. Like tattoos and shit. Like it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a really good combo.
It's also kind of sad that she's like, yeah, he's got a bunch of muscles.
He actually looks
Yeah.
good.
You're like, but I go to the gym.
It's fine. It's fine.
No.
She's like, oh, we've got like one who's actually looking good. He's got like a good
So
body, good
buff,
muscle,
yeah.
and then we'll have you.
Meanwhile, you.
Yeah. So it'll be a good contrast. And I said, okay.
And are they gonna use these pictures like in the store then, or in the
The
catalog?
plan is to use it for
Magazine?
the web shop.
Okay, cool.
So it's like, wearing the clothes that they're selling, and then for the web shop, and then they'll also use them on Instagram, I think.
Okay, so you will be.
But honestly,
Deemer going famous.
I would have been a lot more self-conscious and maybe hesitant to do it when I was more active on social media. But now that I don't really use social media at all, I don't really mind or care.
Okay,
You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
freeing to be like, it just doesn't matter.
you're not gonna look for likes or comments. Or,
Exactly. Like
yeah.
it doesn't matter at all. I don't care if people that I know see it. Maybe it'll be like a fun surprise. Maybe no one will see them ever. I'm not going to promote it myself. Like, ooh, I mean, maybe if they have like a few cool photos, but yeah, I think it's a really funny thing to do.
It sounds cool.
But it's a really cool shop. The people that work there are really nice. It's like really fair clothing. Like they're really focused on getting fair garments.
Garments. Ooh.
Which I really like. So it's like it's really nice to be able to help them. And yeah, I hope it'll be fun because a photo shoot. I don't know what to expect, but
It sounds fun and also a good compliment that you are approached for a photo.
I'm trying not to think about that too much.
Your
It's going to make me self-conscious.
Your bone structure appeals to people.
It's the cheekbones. There's the famous quote from AppFab: "My whole body just hangs from these cheekbones," which is so good. Absolutely
okay, cool.
iconic.
Yeah, let me know how it goes because I'm curious.
That's why we have to set a timer for this episode to make sure that we don't talk too
Oh yeah,
long.
it's today. Yeah.
It's today. It's this afternoon.
So you're gonna
And sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
The location is really cool too. 'Cause
Yeah, I
they're
was
doing
gonna,
it
I was
in,
gonna ask about that.
in the local botanical garden, and I love plants, so it's like it's great.
It's your perfect environment.
Yeah.
You'll blend in nicely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, but it is weird. I'm not gonna lie, it is weird to be asked because I don't see myself that way at all. I'm just a guy, but I think that's also what they look for.
You
is
should-
just like normal, normal people, and I think that's really cool.
Normal Joe.
Because it's kind of annoying sometimes when you're looking for clothes online and you see all these
Supermodels,
people with like
yeah.
the perfect bodies, and then it's like, okay, but then how is it going to look on me? You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
So I think it's really cool that they actively look for like just like not the one type of person, but like different types of people. But it'll be fun. I hope it'll be good photos as well. I hope also it won't be that thing where like when we were editing the podcast where you look at yourself and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, 100%.
It might be. I think that's also why I was saying I'm happy that I'm not going to be super active on social media anymore, because then I'm not going to be seeing it so much.
I mean, you'll probably see the photos while the process is there,
and I'll take a look at like the web shop and stuff afterwards for sure. Because I mean, of course, I'm curious, but it's important to let that go a little bit and be like, it doesn't matter how I look. Like it literally doesn't matter. What matters is it's a fun experience, and they have good photos for the clothes. That's all that matters.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people take pictures of me and they're like, "Oh my God, you are very beautiful in this picture," and I'm like, "No, I hate it because of this and this and this."
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Not just like because I don't like how I look at certain angles, but just like certain things that I know that I don't like. And other people are like, no, it's beautiful. You're like, I don't like it.
For sure.
It's good that you're also like not present for the result per se.
Yeah, or like anxious about the results. I'm really gonna just go in it with that mindset, because otherwise it's not gonna be enjoyable. And I'm definitely not gonna be like, I have to do a model face, like it doesn't. They didn't ask me for any of that. They just asked me to be a guy. I'll
just be there.
I'm just gonna be a guy. It's gonna be great.
Just a guy standing in the plants.
yeah, it'll be fun. And also because now I have like a little group chat to arrange everything, and the other guy also seems really chill, really nice. So it'll be good, I think. I think it'll be fun.
Speaking of clothes that look a certain way on models, and then you buy them and you're like, what the hell is this? I'm a very big fan of clothing websites that allow comments, user comments,
and photos
with pictures.
Yeah.
I'm so for it. Like every single time I looked at a certain garment, I'm like, hell yeah, this looks good. I'm going to buy it. And I'm like, ooh, there are some reactions of people, and they're some happy, some disappointed. But then I see the garment on different body types, different sizes, and I'm like, this is never going to work how they stylized it in the picture. And I'm not going to waste money on it. And I'm, holy shit, so grateful.
Yeah, there's definitely a trap in online shopping, and that is they really show it to you in its most idealized form.
Not moving, not doing anything, just like maybe letting it fall halfway through,
no
taking
folds
a picture
anywhere. It's like perfectly ironed and shapeless,
or just like the right folds. Like, for example, I've been looking for a while now for like a good baggy pants, but just like, if I can describe it as a little bit of a ninja type of thing, just like very tight at the ankles, and it gets a little bit baggier, and then just it's baggy all the way through.
There's a word for that, like carrot fit or something weird like that, where it's like the
drop crotch, maybe.
Yeah, something, I don't know.
Yeah, there's basically a very specific one.
Yeah,
and I've seen many sites that literally display what I want, and then go to the comments
and you go
never. And also I bought one because there were no reactions of it, because I was like, okay, it cannot. There is no other way that it won't fit. It would fit differently.
Was it bad?
It was bad.
Oh man,
I had to send it back because like it just didn't work the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And for me, usually the problem is the length.
Length,
of the trousers. I mean, these are fine, but that sucks. That literally sucks. I think it's great to show regular people wearing it. Something related to that, you know the brand Uniqlo, right? It's kind of like not really fast fashion, but it's kind of like just good basics, basically. But I like them because the quality is pretty good for the price point, especially because the price is really low. And they've recently added a section where you also see, but it's still kind of like a photo shoot, like the quality of the images. It's still like very high quality. So it's not just anyone that can post a photo wearing it. But they do show more different people wearing the clothes.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start.
Which I think was really cool. So at least they're making some strides somewhere. It's online shopping is just hell.
Yeah, hell in a way, because I am usually the person who wants to touch things. Like when I'm shopping, I'm a very tactile person. Like the material, and if you look at it, you're like, I can guess that it's gonna be in this way, but it's never the way that you expect it to be. And you also have to send it back.
Yeah, and that's
the whole
bad.
It's bad. It's a whole hassle and environment and all that shit.
I've heard something a while ago, and I don't know how accurate it is, but it shocked me. Is that things that are sent back are not necessarily sold again?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. IRL.
I don't understand.
We were in Spain, and in Spain, in Malaga, they have those Amazon return stores.
So is the concept that the packages that are returned are just brought there, and then
know
you can buy the package?
The whole concept of it, but most of their stock is just literally a empty room with just like bins filled with just the most random stuff that you can possibly imagine. Like,
oh, I see. So
damage,
they open it and then they sell it there.
I think, or is it just damaged stuff that it's not sent back, or lost packages? I don't know. But like there was a whole section, like just a mountain of those Shein bags.
God.
Like the Shein bags that you usually send back. That the whole thing of Shein is like, oh, you fit. It doesn't fit. You send back. They never reuse it, or solely, or very rarely reuse it. Basically,
it's something I wasn't as aware of. I naively thought, like up to like a year or so ago. I mean, I should know better, but I naively thought that if you send something back, it'll be sold again.
Yeah,
and I was shocked to realize from what you've described and from what I've seen online is that they just don't. They just get rid of it. It gets thrown away.
Sometimes they do, but it's more of the time they just don't bother.
It's genuinely shocking to me.
Yeah, same.
And it's definitely why I understand more and more people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do online shopping," because the idea is you can send it back, but you're just generating waste.
Yeah,
and you're
100%.
already creating more waste by deliveries. Okay,
Yep.
you know, we can have a conversation about the impact that is compared to some other things. But I just hate the idea of buying something. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. It gets destroyed.
Yeah,
that is so fucked up. Piggybacking off of that, I think we've discussed websites where you can sell clothes secondhand. I do like that exists. Then at least you could
100%.
tell yourself, I'm going to buy something, and if it doesn't fit, don't send it back. Just sell it yourself to people who might like it. That might be a better approach.
I still prefer going IRL shopping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always. But like some people do prefer online shopping. Like
the problem I have is the availability of brands that you like or shops you like.
That is the other problem.
For example, the shop that I mentioned, Uniqlo, we don't have one in our city. It's annoying.
No, Antwerp has it, I think.
Yeah. So usually, if I go to a city that has it, I usually go and try some things. Before, I used to buy some stuff online there, and I think almost every time I was lucky that it was a good fit.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately, but I wouldn't do that anymore. I wouldn't buy it online unless I've gone to the shop first and tried it on, because I also like to think about purchases.
Oh yeah. We've talked about the whole Levi's debacle.
Probably. Where I tried it on in the shop, and then I can go home and think about it, and then if I really want it and I don't want to take a train again, I can just order it.
Yeah,
also not ideal, but it's fine,
sensible,
fine-ish. You know it's going to fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do have a problem with the idea of I'm just going to buy 10 shirts, I'm going to keep 2, and the rest gets destroyed, and especially sort of the Shein Temu mindset.
Yeah,
where it's like it's cheap. I'll just order more, and if I don't like it, I'll just send it back or throw it away because it was €2. You know,
the whole thing is also there is no consistency in quality. Because I've seen, like, I've shopped on Shein. I'm not gonna put it away or just be like, oh, I'm a very conscious person. I've obviously bought there.
It's like I don't like Amazon, but I've bought things on Amazon. Exactly. Sometimes it's just you can do an effort, but that doesn't mean you have to be like 100% consistent all the time because you're just a guy.
Exactly. And then sometimes for example, I found a good shirt. It was good quality. I've ordered it. It was good. It fit well. I was like, okay, I'm going to save it for next time. Next time, rebought the shirt. completely different quality, like different fabric, different everything. The fit is weird. I'm like, what
That's
the
kind of
fuck?
crazy.
And then
yeah.
you have to send it back, and you're like, yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. That shouldn't happen.
That's why I love going to the stores and feeling the fabric, seeing the fits, and like for example, now what I've done is I'm regressing into very basic things. Like I have a white shirt, a black shirt.
Good, join us. Join the basic boys.
I mean, I've always been basic, but just sometimes I bought like.
You didn't have to drag yourself like that.
I mean,
Come on,
I
man.
have to. I'm sorry. I'm basic, bitch.
My friends who all dress a lot better than I do always tell me I'm super basic, and I say yes.
Yes.
I like that.
What's wrong with basic?
Yeah, no, they're also like they say it in an affectionate way. You know,
Okay.
it's like yeah.
But it's easier because I have a shirt that is a good fit. I like the fit. It's not that expensive, and I bought like 5 or 6 of each.
Yeah,
And then
you've gone full basic minimalist wardrobe.
I've gone full anime character. I just
Yeah.
wear
Yeah.
the same thing.
I love it. I love that like trope in cartoons or in TV shows where it's like they open the closet and it's just the same outfit.
thing. It's me now. Honestly, it's very easy. Like for underpants as well.
Yeah.
I just bought one black like trunks.
If
I
it
think.
fits
Yeah.
well,
It's
who
good.
cares?
And
Yeah.
I bought the same for socks. I used to have like different kind of socks, and now just like black, same size, easy.
So the benefits of that is it takes away a lot of
Choice.
stress and
Yeah.
choice. It's just this is what I like. It fits well. The quality is good. You like the company, whatever. I really like that too, and I definitely had a similar switch. I don't know how long ago, like a couple of years ago, where I was also like, I'm just gonna focus on getting some good basic stuff and just keep it at that. And I still more or less have a wardrobe that's mostly, you know, like plain t-shirts in different colors. But I'm getting a bit more into, oh, maybe I want like a more baggy fit, or maybe I want like, you know, certain different fits for t-shirts and for pants as well. So I'm kind of
in between,
diverting a little
yeah.
bit again. But it's also fun because it's the benefit of what you say is more like for me, it's a declutter mindset.
Yeah.
It's like just get rid of stuff that you're not that crazy about, get some good basic stuff. And then you can expand on top of the basic
Yeah.
stuff. And you can still use that as a starting point and make it more interesting with some other stuff. And I say that as if I do like these crazy looks. I super don't. It's super basic stuff. But it's very recognizable, and I think that's like a good starting point to kind of play around with clothes a little bit more in a fun way, instead of like, oh, I just have this shirt. I'm not crazy about it, but whatever, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah, the whole thing back in the day, I used to experiment more. But the downside of it was I found a good shirt, I found a good look. It looks well, it fits well. I wore it a certain amount of time, and then it broke or it tore or just like weathered a little bit. I want to rebuy just to be able to do the look, and I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have the basics now, and like for example, I have this the pink shirt that I just spotted, and it was good. I'm still buying like quirky pieces or something to make a different outfit out of it, but I like having a day where I'm like, I don't know what to wear, or just I don't want to think about it. Just
it's easy.
okay, just throw some basics on it, and that's
Dark
it.
gray pants and a black t-shirt.
Exactly,
I mean, wow, groundbreaking. You know what I mean? But it's good, and it's also like it's both of them
It's
are
clean
very
as
basic,
well.
but I like
Yeah.
them. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very much on board with minimalist good looks, and you can use color in minimalist outfits easily. You can.
I was reaching for my ring. Sorry.
Which ring?
For anybody who hasn't been watching this on YouTube,
I don't know. I don't want to explain. He just reached
yes,
behind him towards his ring.
and then I put something on.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to this topic. But yeah, throwing away shit, sending things back, bad. Online shopping, problem.
Ooh, well, one thing that I want to add on it is I've recently went to a rollerblading experience thing. So for a week I've been rollerblading different skate parks in Spain. It was fun. Potentially I needed new skates. And with rollerblades, it's very specific. Like you cannot order and then hope it's gonna fit. You have to actually go to the store, have to fit a couple different ones until you find the one that fits you well.
I guess that makes sense because if I'm not mistaken, it's like a shoe. You don't put your shoe in them, right? You wear them as a shoe.
Yeah,
basically.
you wear them as a shoe.
So there's that, which shopping online for shoes is also quite risky.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you also have the mechanical component of also there's some wheels on it.
The wheels,
terrifying.
It's more the fit that is important.
Yeah.
Because some models of rollerblades are like more fit to a foot that is more like higher or wider. And for example, I used to rollerblade with a specific brand like USD. And a good friend of mine that I used to rollerblade with a lot could not wear that brand because it was just it didn't fit. Any of those rollerblades didn't fit him.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another person that was there. I was like, yeah, I recently wanted to buy rollerblades, but we don't have a physical store. Like luckily we have one in our city, but they also have a very limited stock. So the next step would be I needed to go to Amsterdam because, like in Belgium, I don't know. I have searched far and wide, but I haven't found a store that sells like aggressive rollerblades that like spark rollerblades basically. And I was like, yeah, I see that you bought your new rollerblades as well. Do you have like a lot of stores in your vicinity? Oh no, she said, I ordered 7 or 8 pairs of rollerblades. I don't think at the same time, but she just ordered, resend, send back. And I was like, holy shit. I could have never.
No.
Like,
I would feel
so awful as well.
Yeah. Also, no. I don't know why, but that gives me anxiety.
I know, right?
I don't know how to explain it.
I'm pretty sure that those rollerblades didn't get destroyed when they got sent back because it's more of a substantial thing, but still.
Yeah, I suppose they're also quite expensive.
Yeah,
But even then, I think even like some hardware just gets destroyed.
Maybe? I don't know.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy out there.
It's a crazy world.
They're really just making stuff and then throwing it in the garbage for no reason.
That is also a thing that gave me anxiety back in the day. Thinking about where it all goes. Like the waste, like the
non-organic waste.
Yeah. What's it called? Recyclable. Just the piling of things.
The never-ending piling of things. Well, they literally dig holes and shove it in.
Yeah, exactly. That's like when I didn't know about the whole process of recycling things, I was like, where does the garbage go? Did it just put on the pile? Isn't there like a whole limit to it? Or
like rubber tires? These piles of rubber tires where it's just like, I don't know what they can do with it. Maybe it can get recycled. I don't know. I'm not smart. I think I'm not smart. Period. I don't know what they do with rubber tires, but like, with garbage.
Sometimes they burn them.
Yeah, which
legit
seems like a solution that is definitely great and good.
A solution.
Garbage still gets burned as well here. I think we still do it, or it just gets sent to different countries, and then we don't have to think about it.
Or it just accumulates in the great garbage pile. Of the ocean.
There's like these. Weren't there like these plastic islands?
That
were like forming.
There is one famous one, but I don't know the name. It's massive. Yeah. It is almost like a full-fledged island, just garbage.
Yeah, and I also remember seeing years ago these images of like birds that died. Where they cut open the stomach and they're full of plastic.
Yeah, that's horrific.
It's bad, man. Like, we're really fucking shit up here. Like,
I've seen seagulls just swallow plastic.
Yeah, well,
like because they don't. I
mean, don't know.
Seagull is a whole different breed of things. But,
it is a very chaotic, evil bird.
It is very. But they just grab, like, for example, a mayonnaise packet of something and just gulp.
Yeah, like this might be food.
Guess I'll find out. Yeah,
and then they die
because they don't have. Okay. Maybe I know things, maybe I'm not, so don't quote me on this. But
are you gonna say it with a very authoritative like?
Oh yeah, no,
go for it.
Fuck y'all.
Pretend,
I know,
exactly,
I know this.
Exactly. This is a podcast. Remember, we have to be like, this is 100% the case.
We never account for anything. We just claim.
There's this great. Just to interrupt you briefly about there's this great, like, I think it was Joe Rogan, which.
I mean, debatable. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes
they were talking about. controversial topic, like the amount of I think it was like about trans people or something. And it was like, oh yeah, like all these, hundreds of thousands of like an increase, and then someone there in the studio was like googling the research. It's like, it says here, it's like, a couple hundred maybe. And it was like literally like, oh yeah, it's crazy, like these days it's like this increase and it's like it's completely out of control. And then exactly at that moment someone was like fact checking, like just to make sure, like like, well, actually no, that's not what it says at all. And I was like, oh well, it's still a lot, it's still a problem. It's just so funny, just being like, this is 100% the truth, and then no, it's not.
But that's the thing that I've seen a couple of clips of like Joe Rogan as well. That's why I don't hate his podcasts so much, because they usually try to like debunk things as
or fact check.
Yeah, fact check. Like, I don't remember. There's also something like that. And then Joe was like, yes, 100% this. And the person was like, Google. Like the guest was like, just Google it. And they Googled it. It was completely different. It was like, but then Joe was like, okay, yeah, I admit I was wrong. I was misinformed.
It is a lot better. It is so much better to do that than to do what we're about to do, which is
100%. Yeah. Birds don't have taste buds. So they go off by color. So instead of like, oh, I've eaten this fruit, it tastes this certain way, I will repeat eating it because it is delicious. It was just like, okay, this color of food is good, I will eat it. This color of food is bad, it's poison, I'm not going to eat it. So they go off by this color. So maybe that's why they're like, oh, a shiny plastic thing, this specific color that I like, I eat it.
Yeah. We're not going to Google that. We're not going to fact check that. We're just going to say that factually.
Anybody who wants to confirm or deny, don't do it.
This is just birds don't have taste.
I mean, have you seen them?
Some of them are gorgeous.
Some of them are like serving. Holy shit!
Also, how funny is the shape of a duck?
I love ducks
when they walk,
when they fly as well.
So when they fly as well, but also like the legs are here, and then the head is here, and it's just like this like oblong shape.
It's just a walking potato.
It's really good. Birds are great, man.
Oh, don't get me started on birds. I fucking love birds.
But what would be the evolutionary advantage of not having taste buds?
That's a good question.
Right?
Maybe never having them. Never having evolved into a taste bud thing.
Do all reptiles, do all like non-mammals not have taste buds?
That's a good question. I only know about birds. The other things,
that seems crazy to me. But what do I know?
I'm just fish.
I'm just a big monkey boy.
No taste buds, because everything is just
everything
water.
Tastes like everything tastes like
water.
Yeah,
sea. More salt. Good soup.
The seaweed tastes like sea. Every time I open my mouth, it's the same fucking flavor. Oh, that's got to be exhausting.
It's just going to be weed for them.
Whoa.
Whoa. You just blew my brain, bro.
Yeah, I always like to think of this, like, do insects feel pain? And I'm like, what is the evolutionary advantage of not feeling pain?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense to me. So I think they feel some pain. It just logically, obviously that's not science, but just logically I'm like...
No, that's podcast.
Yeah, that's podcast. It's just weird to me that like, if a fly is sitting somewhere and something nibbles at its feet and it hurts, why would it just stay there and be like, this is fine?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm sure they feel something, I'm sure they feel some discomfort.
Something, but maybe not pain.
Yeah, but then, how do we define what pain is? It's a signal from a place where something is happening to your brain that says there's something happening there and I don't like it.
Yeah, discomfort. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, like you can feel things, just like tactile, but not necessarily pain. But if a fly gets squished, it's gonna be like, ooh, jolly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it would not. It just doesn't. It doesn't add up to me that would be like a benefit that's been selected.
I mean, sometimes I wish I could just not feel pain, but you
have to have the fringe for that. The emo fringe.
Yeah. But I've seen cases of people that
it's quite bad.
Yeah, can't feel pain.
Exactly, and it's bad for them.
It's
dangerous.
Death.
Yeah,
like
it is.
On their own, they would die within a week.
Yep.
They start bleeding. They don't notice. It's gone.
Exactly. It gets infected.
Oh,
Just because you don't feel pain doesn't mean there's no infections. Or,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, like for example, now I've hurt my elbow.
Yeah. What if you didn't know? You keep going.
It starts swelling. Ooh,
something breaks.
This?
You don't really know.
Oh, the same. Yeah, that's insane.
It's not. Doesn't make sense.
But you can tolerate pain.
Sure.
Like you can train yourself not be a little bitch.
I was gonna say because you're a big, strong man. You can tolerate pain because you're a man. You're a man.
Men and women, everybody.
You think women can't? They give birth. I mean, not all of them, and they definitely don't have to. But I mean, if you give birth, you can tolerate pain. Are you kidding me?
Wait,
that's pain on a level that men don't understand. I think.
No, there was a
as a man.
As a man, yeah.
I am the expert on what women can feel.
Birth.
I know about birth as a man. This is such a podcast episode. Holy shit!
Oh fuck! I was thinking, but there was recently a equivalent of childbirth pain or not greater. But I don't remember what it was. It was not like getting kicked in the nuts, but it was just like very, very specific something. Like for example, I don't know, ear pain or something like that. Everybody can experience, and that women said like, "Oh yeah, this is passing a kidney stone."
Oh, I've never done that.
Apparently, that is way worse than giving birth. Like women can also pass kidney stones.
How can it be worse?
Apparently, like the intensity of the pain. Like,
and I guess because it's quite long, because you're feeling, it's a process, isn't it? It's not just like
yeah, exactly. You feel the whole scraping of it, and it's internal, so you can't really do anything about. Like, if your arm hurts, you hold it, put pressure on it, but it's just like internal.
Yeah, drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
drink a lot of water.
Hydrate, everybody.
Hydrate, please.
If you take anything away from this episode, please.
You're gonna take something from these two bros talking about actual facts. Drink water.
Everybody who's currently listening or watching, fill up your cup or whatever you're drinking.
Unless you're driving.
Have a cup next to you. There are cup holders. We are in 2024.
But don't fill it up while you're driving.
Yeah, you have like a tap in your car. Like,
ooh, fancy.
But yeah, hydration is important. I'm a very strong supporter of hydration, 100%.
It's probably the most important thing that no one's doing.
I don't know how people... I know people who drink like 1 or 2 glasses a day.
Yeah, they're not doing so well.
I'm like...
Their bodies are not doing so well.
Coffee is water. No.
There's water in there.
But it does not hydrate you. No.
I mean, it'll hydrate you slightly. It's not going to hydrate you enough.
It'll dehydrate you more, probably.
What is it you need? I think it's quite a lot, isn't it? Like 3 liters?
No, that's a lot.
Is it 2?
I thought it was between 1.5 and 2 a day.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking...
It depends on your body and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it is quite a lot. So you're probably not drinking enough.
I chug.
You do chug.
I love a good piss, a good frothy piss. So I chug. No, but
once again, I'm happy about.
I try to again. One of the benefits from rollerblading.
I'm still thinking about the words frothy piss. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna not acknowledge it and just go along in the episode.
Good.
No, I started rollerblading fairly young, like I think 15, 16 years of age, and I always took like a 1.5 liter bottle with me during the day.
Smart.
And I always drank it, but then it became a habit. Like every time I go out now anywhere, I just take a water bottle with me if I can't hydrate on the spot or something like that. I always have water.
Yeah. Or like have a bottle or a glass on your desk at all times if you have a desk job.
Always.
That's also pretty smart. I do that at the office.
Oh yeah, same. It helps a lot.
Yeah. No kidney stones for me, thanks. I'm not interested.
Don't want to.
So
I've heard horrific stories and I do not want to.
It's not for me. And also I'm not going to give birth. So I think in terms of me tolerating pain, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to experience it. I'm doing everything in life to avoid experiencing pain. And that's okay.
I am on the other side of things. I love pain.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's something we need to discuss in detail on the podcast, how much you love pain. If you're comfortable talking about that.
Well, it's not about loving pain.
I see you brought your gimp suit. Can we do one?
Just one rubber ball in my mouth the whole episode.
And I have to like respond to what you're saying. That would be interesting.
But yeah, tolerating pain, it's handy. It a little bit of a double-edged sword because I can withstand a good amount of pain because again, rollerblading, I fell a lot. I know, like I've been to like tier points, but now I'm just like, okay, I know what to expect. It's the same with spiciness. If you have experienced like high spicy, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know how to deal with it, and it's just fine.
Except for that one time in Madrid that I told you about, where it was so spicy. I drank 3 iced teas in the restaurant, and we went to get some ice cream afterwards, and I was still like, I can't.
But now, if you experience the same level spicy, you know what to expect and how to ride it out.
Yeah. It felt like it wasn't going to go away. It was really scary. And I love spicy food. It was crazy, man.
But that's the same with pain. But the other thing about it is people who bitch and moan about pain getting all the attention always.
Yeah.
It's like it's not that bad. Chill.
That's just like a child falling.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're just crying because that's what you're supposed to do.
If a child falls and you laugh with the child and you let the child know, haha, it's funny, they're never gonna cry unless it's very serious.
Yeah,
but like
obviously.
Just the minor
but if it's just like a
things.
Stumble and you're just like, you don't really acknowledge it, or you just
somebody
like,
kicked a football and then it hit the head. You just
carry on,
laugh about it, or like, oh, it's funny, you saved it with your face. I saw a clip of a dad playing football with like a toddler. And the toddler was like in the goal, and the dad kicked it accidentally really hard and just like bounced off the head. I don't know.
Accidentally. Me as
accidentally, a dad. And then instead of like, oh, are you okay? He just laughed, and you're like, oh, you saved it with your face. And the kid was like, yay, I saved it with my face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while you saw there was like a choice between crying or just laughing, the kid was just like, shook it, obviously.
And again, this is also something that we're experts about parenting. We know all about parenting.
Yes.
Yes, we do. I completely agree. I think that's how I hope I would do it. But I'm pretty sure my anxious brain would still be more worried.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the worried part is not the initial response.
Yeah.
The worrying part always comes later.
For me, I think the worry part comes first.
Really? Like immediately?
Yeah.
If you, I don't know, hurt your knee, you're experiencing pain. I don't think you will be anxious about like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my leg.
Well, not that part. They're pretty close, I would say. Yeah.
I mean, usually in my experience, like I fell on my elbow. Mm-hmm. It hurt. I was just like riding out the pain.
Yeah, we talked about that, and you were like not like, oh, I just want to make sure it's not broken or anything. You were really just like, let's just see until the pain goes, see how it feels, and then we'll take action. But then when I broke my hand, it was kind of like that as well, I guess. But it wasn't the time frame of like 30 minutes. It was like I fell, I hurt my hand. Fuck, it hurts. I'm gonna take a look at it. Mm-hmm. It's probably fine. Maybe I should go see a doctor anyway, and then it was broken. Yeah. Because I could kind of tell like something's a little bit off.
You could always tell if it's maybe or definitely.
Yeah. And I think I also went to the hospital at that time because I wasn't that far from a hospital at the moment. So I was like, I'm going to go home on a bike and then I have to go back to go to, it's going to be a whole thing. I might as well just go. And then also being en route to the hospital, as soon as I got there, I knew that it was the right decision because it was getting really bad. Because that's what I was thinking of when you mentioned that. I think I would have probably gone to in your scenario. I think so. From how you described it, Because it was turning blue pretty quickly, right?
No, it was more swelling. Like, so I fell.
It was not turning blue.
No, if it turned blue, I would have gone to the hospital 100%.
Because then I would have been like, well, this is unusual.
No,
if it's like, you hurt yourself, but you don't see anything unusual, I would also be like...
It started swelling pretty fast, and I like started losing mobility, so that's why... That was a point of concern a little bit. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, whatever... I'm gonna wait. If it's not broken, because I could still move it.
Yeah.
Like the first whatever minutes after I fell, I could freely move it, and it didn't hurt too much. It was just, I think it got bumped on a wrong place. There's a spot in your elbow when you bump into it, it
goes right to your brain.
Yeah, it just radiates throughout the whole arm. I think that was the spot I fell on. And also, like, tolerating pain. I think that's a good skill as well.
You're definitely one of those people that's going to break something and then walk around with it for 2 weeks.
No, I don't think. No, I'm anxious enough to be aware of my own body.
Yeah, you do have that combination of anxiety as well.
Yeah.
So that might be your saving grace. Otherwise, I'm sure you would. You would just break something and be like, it's fine.
If I didn't have the existential dread and anxiety, I would be just like, this but a scratch.
Yeah. I'm more like, this is a scratch. That's more where I am. Oh.
Mom!
Yeah. I do call out for my mom every time I hurt myself, which as an adult man is normal and good.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Trust us, bro.
Trust us, bro. Which was the initial name of the podcast, but we changed our mind.
But the whole thing about the necessity of pain, sometimes it's good. Sometimes I wish I could turn it down. And that's why I'm trying to tolerate pain. Because in some scenarios, it's not necessary. You know you're hurt, but it's not. It's
just your body being annoying about it.
Exactly. Like, for example, now I know my arm is hurt.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can to just relax and let it heal, but it's still like, hurt. I'm like, I know it hurts. Just can you remind me like once a day, not the whole time?
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
I know, right? Your body is just whining the whole time.
Yeah. It's true.
The same with spicy food. It's just a chemical that tricks your brain into thinking that it's hot. It's not actually hot. So you can just increase the threshold of that chemical.
So it is a pain sensation.
It is a pain sensation, but a fake one. Like there's a certain chemical that is produced by peppers that it binds to your pain receptors or something like that, and it just says, pain, you're being cut, you're being burned.
It just stays there for a while.
Yeah.
Bastard.
It just tricks your brain, but if you get used to it, like increasing the threshold, that's why, like, I sometimes saw, I don't remember the name of the guy, but he specializes in growing the hottest peppers in the world, like the Carolina Reaper, the Black Mamba, or some chocolate
rain,
Buchla, or whatever. There was the chocolate rain. Yes, that's the person.
Today's mood is chocolate rain. I don't know why.
And he just eats a Carolina Reaper. That's like nothing. Yeah. He's like, yes, good tasting notes, whatever. But
you get used to anything.
But it's insane.
If you drink a lot, it takes a lot to get drunk. If you...
Oh, yeah, true. Your body just gets adjusted.
Exactly, and it applies to that sort of stuff as well. I don't know if it's good, because I do like spicy food. I like that it's spicy. Yeah. I would hate to get so used to it that I'm not enjoying spicy food anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but there is a level of spicy that for me currently is more of a question why.
Yeah,
because that's the only thing that you taste.
Probably like the one that I had in Madrid that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. It sounds like the description of not a good spice.
Yeah. I mean, it was good though. It's complicated. It's complicated.
I had the same thing with the habanero pepper. Like I had those jelly beans infused with different peppers, and I tasted the one with the habanero, and I'm like, this is a good pepper. There's a depth to this flavor. It's sweet. It has like complexity, and then fire.
Yeah,
and then it's nothing.
It washes away all the flavors. But it's kind of cool that it does both. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, but
I like that.
The other counterpart is the Carolina Reaper. It tastes like shit, and it just burns.
Yeah.
It's
That doesn't sound like a good time.
Yeah, exactly. That's the threshold of like, that's just pure pain. You don't want to do anything.
No.
You don't want to taste food. You just want to burn.
Spicy food is good though. This one time, I made food and I put salt on it and a little bit of pepper.
Oh, wow.
It's so spicy.
White person cooking.
This one time, I put salt and some basil, spicy basil.
You know that sea salt? Oh yeah, I crushed it instead of using the regular table salt, man.
Spicy. Oh man, this bread I bought is really spicy.
I toasted it so the flavor would go away.
So good. Why do you live?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to ask you this. This is the last minute of the podcast.
Why do you live?
Before I wrap up, why do you live? Quickly.
Enjoy life.
Go on.
On the spot. I'm trying to enjoy the passage of time. There we go.
Ooh.
I've already used this one on the last podcast. But
That's like a real answer.
I know, right?
Damn, trying to enjoy the passage of time.
Jimmy Carr. That's the first time I've heard that.
Jimothy Carr. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember you talking about that. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Wrap up?
Very good. Yeah, that's a good one to wrap up on. Nice one. Powerful. All right.
England.